Hello, buddy. Welcome back to the Tin Man Score channel. I'm your host, Jeffrey Tin Man Taylor, and today I figured I'd do another ranking video for you guys, and this time it's going to be ranking every single Jason Voorhees mask in the Friday the 13th franchise. Without further ado, I'm going to turn these lights off, move the camera up here for you guys, and I'm going to show you my least favorite mask in the Jason Voorhees universe first. And coming in at my number 15 spot is the Part 2 mask. I mean, I didn't have nothing bad against it, but it's not a hockey mask, and two, it just looks too baggy. And plus, I never did like how Part 2 Jason looks, so we're just going to skip over to my number 14 spot is the Jason Goes to Hell hockey mask. I really did not like this look at all. Some people do. It does make Jason look menacing, but at the end of Jason Takes Manhattan, you see the mask got melted off, right? And you would have thought, okay, the next film, he's either going to not wear that hockey mask or get another one. Well, it seemed like he got him another one, but it's either too small or fused to his already melted type of head. Now, let me show you what's in the 13th spot on my ranked list here. The Baghead mask from Friday the 13th, 2009. This was a little bit higher on my list because I like how this sack head looks like he just made it out of a pillowcase than an actual sack, because the original sack head mask from Part 2 looked like it was too baggy, while this one looks more form-fitting to his face. And it does a good job of hiding his disfigured face underneath. It was a cool look in this film. I hate that redneck farmer dude ripped it off, but that was a good plot device for him to find the hockey mask. Okay, coming in at 12th place is the hockey mask worn by Jason in Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. I'll say it once and I'll say it again. I never did like this hockey mask either because, one, it was too shiny and glossy, like a novelty mask, and the chevrons look way too small. But I get it. Jason just picked it up from a dude that he just killed on the boat, and it was the only hockey mask he found. I get it. But it didn't look as cool as the ones before it. But that's just my opinion. If you guys have this mask listed higher on your ranking list, that's fine and dandy. Okay, coming into my 11th spot is Part 5, Dream Jason. It was supposed to look like the hockey mask from Part 4, but obviously it's missing the chevrons, but it's still got that big crack in the head. The reason why this one was way low on my list when it's not higher up is because, one, it's just used by Dream Jason in a couple scenes, and he wasn't really the killer in this movie. But also the mask just looked too slimy and sluggish. It wasn't a bad look for Jason, but I liked how the hockey mask looked in Part 6, which is supposed to look similar to this one. I have the Part 4 mask at my number 10 spot. Don't get me wrong, this mask looked cool in Part 4, but I was just never a huge fan of like all the chevrons being ripped away, and all you have was the top one that's kind of still there. And it looked like the hockey mask got a little bit more damage since Part 3. But it's still a cool look for Jason nevertheless. Coming in at number 9 is the hockey mask from Jason X. This is what you see Jason wearing after he was awakened from cryosleep. And I became a fan of it later on, but earlier I wasn't a huge fan of this hockey mask design. It looked like the nose don't hardly give you enough room to fit your own nose in. It'll probably look too small on my face if I had one. But other than that, it's still a cool look for Jason, even though it's got one small chevron on the top part of the nose and on the forebrow area, and no chevrons on the cheeks this time. But anyway, let me show you what's in my number 8 spot. And that is the hockey mask worn by Jason in Freddy vs. Jason. You see, they took a while after Jason X to make another movie with him in it, and they finally went with the concept of Freddy fighting Jason, and they went back to more of a traditional circular hockey mask, which, to be honest with you, looked cooler with the Freddy scratch marks in it. It's a unique look, and I really dig it. In seventh place is the Hockey Mask from Part 3. This is the film that establishes Jason wearing a hockey mask for the first time, and I'm glad they did because it looked way better than the Sackhead mask that he wore in Part 2. But it's so iconic, not only because of the signature red chevrons, but I just like the clean or mostly clean versions of Jason's mask before they got battle damage marks on them, because I think they look better that way. But when they get damaged in battle, makes me cringe sometimes. But I really dig this one. I prefer this one over the Part 4 one. Coming in at number 6 is the hockey mask for the new Jason universe. Now, I think it was only used in a little short film that's on YouTube right now called Sweet Revenge. And at first when I saw it, I wasn't a huge fan of this redesign myself, and people pointed out that the holes for the eyes looked like they were cut out to resemble Oakley sunglasses, which they ain't wrong. I kind of miss the traditional circle rounded eyes, and this one don't have that many holes punched in around the sides this time, and the chevrons look way too big, and especially the forehead one. But of course, if they're going to be making more Jason films with this look, you have to start fresh somewhere, right? Okay, coming in at number 5 is the Part 5 hockey mask worn by imposter Jason Roy Burns. I thought this was a cool look for Jason, even though it's Roy wearing it. And I kind of like the whole concept. They didn't bring back Jason in the Friday the 13th universe and kept on bringing in imposters. This was a cool design. Instead of having the chevrons facing the other direction and they're facing higher on the cheeks and not put one on the forehead, which you could probably tell in this photo that there was one at one time, but Rory probably sanded it off. Makes me sad that he got killed off in Part 5. Would have wanted to see him return. But is this high on my list because my favorite color is blue, and just to see blue chevrons on a Jason hockey mask was cool to see, and it's unique. Okay, coming in my number 4 spot is the Part 6 Jason Voorhees hockey mask. I really like this hockey mask on Jason's face because it's a little bit bigger, so it looks like it covers his face a lot more than the other one he had in Parts 3 and 4. But also ditching the chevrons on the cheeks and just going with one big red chevron on the forehead part of the mask was really a good call on the production designer's part. And I prefer this style over the Part 3 and 4 looks. But now let me show you my number 3 spot that looks even cooler than this one. And that's the mask from Part 7. Now, don't get me wrong, I love the Part 6 mask, but when it got battle damaged towards the end of that film and we see Jason in Part 7 with the torn up cheek and the chevrons and the mask more of like a bleached out white color, I said, oh yes, this one is way terrifying than Part 6 was. Coming in at number 2 is Uber Jason's hockey mask from Jason X. I got this one way up higher on my list because, one, it's not only the Jason Voorhees mask, but it's Robo Jason. I mean, I'm a huge fan of robots, and just seeing Jason Voorhees been turned into a cyborg in this movie was awesome, and that mask looks really better than the one I just mentioned he wore earlier in this film, the standard hockey mask look. But it really made Jason look more menacing with this flinched up nose and tightened unibrow look. And finally, my number one Jason Voorhees mask pick is the Hockey Mask in the remake. It looks a little bit more longer, like it's bigger than the original Hockey Mask in part 3 and 4. I thought in my mind it looked way cooler than those. And this is a perfect medium of it being not messed up, and it's got a few scratches and faded areas on this mask, but it looks better than the battle damage mask I just mentioned on this list, because Jason's not going to find a brand new hockey mask in this timeline at Crystal Lake. Well, okay, but I hope you guys enjoyed my ranking of every Baghead and hockey mask worn by Jason Voorhees in the Friday the 13th franchise. And let me know down in the comments which version of his mask do you like better, or just how would you rank him? This has been another successful installment of the Tin Man Score channel. I'm your host, Jeffrey Tin Man Taylor. I say that's a wrap, and have a nice day, y'all.